Hello, you don't need to see that. Hello. Welcome to already the third Bogle Adventure. Holy shit. Yeah, this is the stream that I do once every month. The first Sunday of the month, every month, will be a Bogle Adventure in which I play / read through a variety of single player book games. I don't really know how to classify them sometimes. It's like partly choose your own adventure, partly reading fantasy, single player tabletop RPG. It's like D&D but on your own with a book, sort of. Does that make sense? That's sort of what this stream is all about. And today is a very exciting one because we are starting DestinyQuest. Oh god, well, that's just a horrible idea with the green screen and everything. We are starting DestinyQuest, the first book, The Legion of Shadow by Michael J. Ward. And I'm very excited. It's a pretty big one. There's a lot to do. We'll start with just reading through the first couple of pages, which will explain the rules to both of us. I've read through this once, but it can't hurt to do that again. And then we're going to get into it. I should say that all these Bogle Adventure streams were made possible as milestones for my birthday stream, the one that I did for the Mermaids charity. We knocked all the milestones out of the park, so I'm doing the first DestinyQuest. I'm doing the second, the third, and the fourth DestinyQuest as well. There's a bunch of fighting fantasy books that I'm going to get through eventually, and even a choose your own adventure graphic novel that is in the future. Hey Sans, welcome. How are you doing? I'm very excited to start this. So how about we do that? I'm just gonna read everything that I can see. How about that? These things are probably not gonna be very long streams because on the one hand, hey Galactic End, on the one hand, reading aloud is not, like, I don't know if I can do that for hours. And on the other hand, it might get boring after a while for you. But I'm glad to hear that you're doing well, Sans. Got my little Lara for good luck. Thank you so much, Galactic End. That's just incredibly unnecessary, but very, very welcome. It's super cool. Was there not a reading aloud 24-hour stream? I guess. Was that that was Tyranny, right? There was a lot of reading in Tyranny for 24 hours. You are correct. Well, that absolutely murdered my throat. I wasn't a fan of that, so definitely not doing that again. Should I say anything else? No. Yeah, I've covered it. This is a Bogle Adventure stream. Thank you so much for donating to my Mermaids charity to make this possible. This is the first of probably many streams where we're playing DestinyQuest. There's 4 books, and I'm gonna need a bunch of streams to get through even one, so we'll be here for a while. It might be the case that after Hitman, I might just do all Sundays as adventure streams, but we'll see. For now, first Sunday of the month. It's gonna be exciting. Hey, Fishy! How are you doing? How's your weekend going? I think I've done enough intro-ish things. Should probably get started. Before I move on to the game screen, I will read the cover. DestinyQuest, The Legion of Shadow by Michael J. Ward. You have no memory of your past. With only a sword and a backpack to your name, you must discover your destiny in an unfamiliar world full of monsters and magic. The Legion of Shadow is on the march and must be stopped. As you guide your hero through this epic adventure, you will be choosing the danger that they face, the monsters that they fight, and the treasures that they find. Every decision that you make will have an impact on the story, and ultimately, the fate of your hero. With hundreds of special items to discover, you can completely customize your hero. You can choose their weapons, their armor, their special abilities, even the boots on their feet and the cloak on their back. No two heroes will ever be alike, which means your story will always be unfolding. Welcome to a new world, welcome to Valoron, welcome to DestinyQuest. Well, interest peaked, as they say. Weekend was good but too short. That makes sense. Are you still off on Friday? Do you at least have a 3-day weekend? You're playing Jason Bourne, the fantasy version. Exactly. For Mary, who had the good fortune to let a bona fide geek into her life. Alright, well thank you, Mary. This is less interesting. Let's move to the adventure screen. We have, all the way over there, we have the book. So you can sort of read along. I don't know if I'm going to keep up with that too much, but should be able to. Because I have like the physical book here. I'm probably going to read from the physical book, but we'll see. Maybe reading from the PDF is actually easier. I don't know. Legitimately purchased, by the way. It's on Kindle for PC. And then we have our character sheet right here. At the moment there's nothing yet because we haven't technically created a character. I also have a glossary and some other stuff, but that's not really relevant. And then over here is my hand, where I will roll and be in the way of dice results. I don't know if you can really see that. I didn't really have a lot of space for that in the screen, so maybe it's not even really necessary, but yeah. I have my dice and enemy dice, and that should be it. And then to my left you can see what's on Spotify. Please let me know if the music is too loud or not loud enough. I can make changes. All right. Like I said before, first we're going to go over the rules. I've read this through once, but that's been a couple of days already, so I probably should read it again. And then we're going to get into it. The rules aren't that many pages, it should be fine. Welcome to DestinyQuest. It is through our choices that the seeds of destiny are sown. Caranold the Wise. Unlike ordinary storybooks, DestinyQuest puts you in charge of the action. As you guide your hero through this epic adventure, you will be choosing the danger that they face, the monsters that they fight, and the treasures that they find. Every decision that you make will have an impact on the story and ultimately the fate of your hero. Your choices, your hero. The hundreds of special items to discover in the game, you can completely customize your hero. You can choose their weapons, their armor, their special abilities. Wait, I read this already. This was on the back. Damn it. Even the boots on their feet and the cloak on their back. I'm just going to read it again. No two heroes will ever be alike, which means your hero will always be unique to you. And even better, you can take your hero into battle against your friends' heroes too. I don't think I'll be doing that. I can't imagine that's very interesting, but sure. Limitless possibilities, endless adventure. You can play through DestinyQuest multiple times and never have the same adventure twice. With so many options and paths to choose from, the monsters that you encounter, the people that you meet, and the loot that you find will be different each time you play. There are numerous hidden secrets to discover, bonus items to collect, and unique special abilities to unlock. In fact, every turn of the page could reveal something new for you and your hero. Discover your destiny. The next few pages will take you through the rules of the game, outlining the hero creation process and the combat and quest system. Don't worry, it won't take long, and then your first DestinyQuest adventure can begin. Let's start with one of the most important things in the game, your hero sheet. This is a visual record of your hero's abilities and equipment. You will be constantly updating this sheet throughout the game as you train new abilities and find better armor and weapons for your hero. That's this. Up there. Attributes. Every hero has 5 key attributes that determine their strengths and weaknesses. These are speed, brawn, magic, armor, and health. The goal of DestinyQuest is to advance your hero from an inexperienced novice into a powerful champion, someone who can stand up to the biggest and baddest of foes and triumph. To achieve this, you will need to complete the many quests throughout the lands of Valoron. These quests will reward you with new skills and equipment, such as weapons and armor. These will boost your hero's attributes and give you a better chance of survival when taking on tougher enemies. The 5 attributes are brawn. As its name suggests, this score represents your hero's strength and muscle power. A hero with high brawn will be able to hit harder in combat, striking through their opponent's armor and dealing fatal blows. Brawn is the main attribute of the warrior. Magic. By mastering the arcane school of fire, lightning, frost, and shadow, a hero can command devastating spells and summon fiendish monsters. Heroes that choose this path should seek out the staffs, wands, and arcane charms that will boost their magic score, granting them even deadlier powers to smite their foes. Magic is the main attribute of the mage. God, please. See, I knew this was going to be an issue. Okay, there we go. Speed. The higher a hero's speed score, the more likely they are to score a hit against their opponent. A hero who puts points into speed can easily bring down stronger enemies thanks to their lightning-fast reflexes. Speed is the main attribute of the rogue. Probably what I'm going to go for, but we'll see. Armor. Whenever a hero is hit in combat by weapons or spells, they take damage. Wearing armor can help your hero to survive longer by absorbing some of this damage. Warriors will always have a high armor score, thanks to the heavy armor and shields that they can equip. Rogues and mages will typically have lower scores, relying instead on their powerful attacks to win the day. Health. This is your hero's most important attribute as it represents their life force. When health reaches 0, your hero is dead, so it goes without saying that you should keep a very close eye on it. Armor and equipment can raise your hero's health score, and there are also potions and abilities to be discovered to help your hero replenish their health during combat. So this all tells me that it's very, very basic RPG system that we're all very, very familiar with, and I think that's a good idea. I don't think you need to really deviate from the norm on something like this, because it's already something different than what you're used to, probably, because it's a choose your own adventure book instead of a video game or D&D or whatever. So I think actually reading this out makes it sound kind of boring, I think, but I think that's a good thing, because then you can focus on the novelty of the actual experience instead of also having to learn like a completely new system. And also, you know, there's basically 3 classes, right? And that's fine. I don't think you need like 7+ classes in a book like this. Starting attributes. Every hero begins their adventure with a 0 score for brawn, magic, speed, and armor. These attributes will be boosted throughout the course of your adventures. All starting heroes begin with 30 health. Okay, I've added that to this already. I wonder if this is a little legible. As always, Bogle Adventure streams are probably not best on like a phone, to watch on a phone, just because there's a lot of info on screen. Can't really help that. It's mostly about me reading anyway, so maybe it's not even really necessary to check all that out. But it's on screen nonetheless. Equipment boxes. The hero sheet displays a number of important boxes. These boxes each represent a location on your hero where they can equip an item. Whenever your hero comes across a new item in the game, you will be told which box or boxes on the sheet you can place it in. So that's stuff over here. Cloak, head, gloves, main hand, left hand, chest, etc. Backpack. Your hero also has a backpack that can hold 5 single items. On your travels, you will come across many backpack items, including useful potions and quest items. Each backpack item you come across takes up 1 space in your backpack, even if you have multiple versions of the same item. For example, health potions. There's an example here. The backpack is to the bottom right. It's covered by the dice camera. I think I'm going to turn that camera off if there's ever any information in here, and then only turn it on when I actually am rolling dice. This game's not friendly to lefties. No, apparently not. I mean, no, but also, I don't know, statistically speaking, the hero is probably right-handed. Special abilities. The special abilities box on the right of your sheet is where you can record notes on your hero's special abilities. Every hero has 2 special abilities, which they learn when they train a career. Some items of I think that's a typo. Some items or equipment can also grant special abilities for your hero. All special abilities are explained in the glossary at the back of the book, or right here. Woo! Anyway. They could have said main hand and offhand. Exactly, that is true. Rude. I'm not disagreeing with you. It is a bit weird, honestly. Main hand and left hand. Paths and careers. Your hero starts their adventure as a simple traveler, with no remarkable skills or abilities. Ooh, like me. Once your hero has gained some experience, however, 3 paths will become available to you. The paths of the warrior, the rogue, and the mage. Your hero can only choose one of these paths, and once that decision is made, it can't be changed, so choose wisely. The chosen path will determine the careers and abilities that your hero can learn throughout their adventures. Your hero's path and current career should always be recorded at the top of your hero sheet, and its special abilities should be recorded in the special abilities box on the right of your sheet. A hero can only be trained in one career at a time, but they can swap careers anytime they wish, providing you have found the relevant trainer or reward item. When your hero trains for a new career, all abilities and bonuses from the old career are lost. Left-handed, this is the path of the devil. Exactly. I'm betting there's like a main antagonist, like an arch enemy, and they're left-handed. See, Sans is left-handed. Makes sense. I know a lot of my dad's left-handed. I know a lot of left-handed people. They don't all seem devilish. Maybe Sans is just the exception to the rule. They beat it out of him in school, right? That is true. I think my dad had the same thing. He's still left-handed now, but they definitely tried to do that. Gold. The main currency in Valoran is the gold crown. Your hero starts their adventure with 10 gold, as denoted here. These can be used to purchase potions and other special items whenever you visit a town, village, or camp. More gold can be discovered by killing monsters and completing quests. Quests and monsters. The Kingdom of Valoran is a dangerous place, full of ferocious monsters, wild beasts, and deadly magical forces. Bad news for some people perhaps, but for a would-be adventurer it means plenty of paid work. By vanquishing foes and completing quests, your hero will grow stronger and more powerful, allowing you to take on tougher challenges and discover even greater rewards. The maps. The story is divided into 3 chapters known as acts. Each of the 3 acts has a map which shows you the location of all different quests that your hero can take part in. To select a quest, you simply turn to the corresponding number entry in the book and read on from there, returning to the map when you have finished. Choosing quests. Each map will provide you with a number of different quests. Some quests are harder than others. A simple color-coded system ranks the quests in order of difficulty. Green quests are the easiest quests to complete. Heroes with even the most basic of equipment will still emerge victorious. Orange quests, heroes will find these tasks a little more challenging, requiring them to defeat numerous enemies to succeed. Hey Thea, how are you doing? We are only in rules reading, so you didn't really miss much. Blue quests. Things get a lot tougher with blue quests. Monsters are more likely to have special abilities and higher attribute scores, meaning your hero will need to be fully prepared and equipped for the dangers they may face. Red quests should only be attempted once you have completed the majority of green, orange, and blue quests. Your hero will need to use everything they've got to overcome these difficult challenges and to triumph. Quests can be done in any order you wish, although note that it is wiser to complete the easier quests, green and orange, before you attempt the harder ones, blue and red. Legendary monsters. On each map you will also see some spider symbols. These represent... What I could potentially do is go to the map while I read this so that you can actually see what is going on. There we go, map. Green, blue, orange, red quests, and spider symbols. These represent special monsters that your hero can choose to fight if they so wish. Known as legendary monsters, these powerful foes will provide you with some of the toughest challenges in the game. Only the bravest of heroes, who are confident in their abilities and have good gear from their questing, should seek out and battle these mighty opponents. Boss monsters. Each act of the story has a final boss monster that must be defeated before you can advance the story to the next act. Do a red quest? That sounds like a good idea. Yeah, I bet. These boss monsters are represented by the skull symbol on the map. It goes without saying that these final bosses are no pushovers and should only be attempted once you have fully explored each map and completed most of the quests. Towns, villages, and camps. Every act of the story has its own town, village, or camp, which your hero can visit anytime between quests. They are represented on the map by the building icon. Simply turn to the corresponding page entry whenever you wish to visit. These locations can provide your hero with items to purchase, additional quests, hints and tips, and even some career trainers. It is always a good idea to visit these areas first whenever you start a new map. The inns and taverns can be a great source of rumor and information regarding the challenges ahead. Yes. Yeah, that's basically... Yeah. It's IRS town. Alright, well that's the map. We see a bunch of stuff. The town is over here. Very cool. The boss monster is... You have to fight before going into this castle. I don't know. I don't actually know the story yet. Let's see. Oh, this is not at all what I want to do. Spoilers! Ah! There we go. Upgrading equipment. The primary goal of DestinyQuest is to equip your hero with better weapons, armor, and equipment. These will boost your hero's attributes, such as brawn and magic, and help them survive longer in battle. At certain times in the story, you will be offered a choice of rewards for your hero. Usually this will be the result of killing a monster or completing a quest, but there are also many other ways of gaining rewards, some easier to find than others. When you are offered a choice of rewards, you will be told how many items you may pick from the selection. It is up to you to decide which rewards will be the best for your hero. These rewards, such as rings, pieces of armor, weapons, and necklaces, will commonly give boosts to certain attributes. Select your rewards wisely to boost the attributes that are the most essential for your hero. When you have chosen your reward, you write its name and details in the corresponding box on your hero sheet. Make sure to update any attributes that are affected by the new reward. Remember, it is your decision what rewards you take. You can always pass on items if they don't interest you. Replacing equipment. Your hero can only carry one item in each box. When you choose a reward and your hero already has an item in the corresponding box, the new item replaces the old one and the old item is destroyed. When you destroy the old item, all attribute bonuses and abilities that it provided are lost to be replaced by those from the new item. Okay, that all makes sense. Combat. Valoran can be a wild and dangerous place. Most of the creatures you encounter will be hostile, and it will be up to you and your hero to battle and defeat these monsters to emerge victorious. When you enter into combat, you will be given your opponent's attributes. These are usually speed, brawn, or magic, armor, and health. Some may also have special abilities that you will need to take note of. The combat sequence. Combat consists of a number of combat rounds. In each round of combat, you roll dice to determine who hits who and who takes damage. Note, a dice is considered to be a standard 6-sided dice. Once damage has been applied, a new combat round starts. Combat continues until either your hero or their opponent is defeated. In each combat round, roll 2 dice for your hero and add their current speed score to the total. This is your hero's attack speed. Do the same for the enemy. The combatant with the highest attack speed wins the combat round. If both scores are the same, it is a standoff, the combat round ends and a new one begins. The winner of the round rolls 1 die and adds either their brawn score or their magic score to the total, whichever is higher. Note, monsters will only have one or the other, not both. This will give you a damage score. The loser of the round deducts their armor value from the damage score. Any remaining damage is then deducted from their health. So if the damage score was 8 and the loser had an armor of 2, they would take 6 health damage. If this damage takes your hero's or your opponent's health to 0, they are defeated. If both combatants have health remaining, then the combat continues. At the end of each combat round, any damage from passive effects, such as bleed or venom, are applied to each combatant. If both opponents still have health remaining, then a new combat round begins. Return to step 1. Okay, I'm not going to go through the whole example. That seems a little... like, this doesn't seem very complicated. We'll see if it is, but I think we'll be fine. Once you have defeated an enemy, your hero's health and any other attributes that have been affected by special effects... special attacks or abilities are immediately restored back to their normal values, unless otherwise stated in the text. In the above example, since once Sir Hugo has defeated the serpent, he can return his health back to 30 and continue his adventures. Using special abilities in combat. As your hero progresses through the story, they will discover many special abilities that they can use in combat. All abilities are explained in the glossary at the back of the book. There are 4 types of special ability in DestinyQuest. These are speed, combat, modifier, and passive abilities. Speed abilities can be used at the start of a combat round before you roll for attack speed and will usually influence how many dice you can roll or reduce the number of dice your opponent can roll for speed. You can only use 1 speed ability per combat round. Combat abilities are used either before or after you or your opponent roll for damage. Usually these will increase the number of dice you can roll or allow you to block or dodge your opponent's attacks. You can only use 1 combat ability per combat round. Modifier abilities allow you to boost your attribute scores or influence dice that you have already rolled. You can use as many different modifier abilities as you wish during a combat round. Passive abilities are typically applied at the end of a combat round once you or your opponent has taken health damage. Abilities such as Venom and Bleed are passive abilities. These abilities happen automatically based on their description. Oh, we're almost done. Woohoo! We can almost start. Damage score and damage dice. Some special abilities will refer to a damage score and others will refer to rolling damage dice. A damage score is when your hero rolls 1 die and adds their brawn or magic to the total, as in the previous combat example. This is the most common means of applying damage to your opponent. Some abilities allow you to roll damage dice instead. Damage dice are simply dice that are rolled for damage, but you do not add your brawn or magic score to the total. For example, the special ability Cleave allows you to inflict 1 damage die to all your opponents, ignoring armor. You would simply roll 1 die and then deduct the result from each of your opponent's health. You do not add your brawn or magic to this total. Using potions in combat. The outcome of many a combat can be decided by the clever use of potions. From restoring lost health to boosting your speed, never underestimate how useful these items can be in turning the tide of battle. However, you can only use 1 potion per combat round, so choose wisely. Also note that every potion has a number of uses. Once these have been used up, they are gone forever. Death is not the end. When your hero dies, their adventure isn't over. Simply make a note of the entry number where you died, and then return to the quest map. Your Your health is immediately restored back to full. However, any consumable items that you used in the combat, such as potions and elixirs, remain lost. You can now do the following. Return to the entry number where you died and try it again. Note, you must fight monsters using their full health and original attributes. Explore a different location on the map, such as a town or another quest. You can return to the entry number where you died anytime you wish. If you are having difficulty with a particular combat, then try a different quest or purchase some helpful potions from a local vendor. Then you can return to the entry number where you died and try it again. Note, in some quests, when your hero is defeated, there are special rules to follow. You will be given an entry number to return to where you can read on to see what happens to your hero. Alright, good to know. Taking challenge tests. Occasionally during your travels you will be asked to take a challenge by testing one of your attributes, such as speed or brawn. Each challenge is given a number, for example, climb the cliff face, speed 9. To take a challenge, simply roll 2 dice and add your hero's attribute score to the result. If the total is the same as or higher than the given number, then you have succeeded. For example, if Sir Hugo has a speed of 4 and rolls a 2 and a 3, then he would have a total of 9. This means he would have successfully completed the above challenge. Alright, it is time to begin, finally. That took a little less than 30 minutes, I think. That's not that bad. Before you start your adventure, don't forget to check that your hero sheet has been fully updated. It should display your hero's name. The name of our hero is called Bogle, because obviously. A 0 score in the speed, brawn, magic and armor boxes, check. A 30 in your hero's health box, check. 10 gold crowns in your hero's money pouch, check. Now turn the page to begin your adventure. Alright, there we go. Lottie fucking da. Prologue. The Knight's Legacy. Shouldn't it be Jason Bogle? Now. Bogle from the House of Bogle. Exactly. No. This adventure is like Prince. Or Adele. Only one name. You are thrown from the dream, kicking and flailing. It is some seconds before you can catch your breath, images of black-scaled monsters and sharp fangs still swimming before your vision. As your surroundings slowly come into focus, you find yourself lying on your back against the soggy ground, a steady patter of rain beating on the dead leaves and dirt. Above you, a full moon streams garish light through the treetops, picking out the charred, twisted remains that encircle you. Yes, the artist formerly known as Bogle. You are not incorrect. Bodies. Corpses. Frantically, you scramble to your feet, the cold rain making the ground slippery with mud. As you stand, an angry pain causes you to stagger, thumping against the inside of your head. Putting a hand to the back of your scalp, you feel for a wound or bruise. To your surprise, you find nothing. All around you, the ground is scorched and smoking, forming a crater with you at its center. Sprawled around its edge are over a dozen bodies, each one burnt beyond all recognition. You close your eyes, struggling to remember what happened, how you came to be here. You look down at your tattered clothing, rain-soaked and smeared with mud. A splatter of blood covers one sleeve. Tentatively, you pull back the cloth. Boop. Your eyes widening in surprise when you see the purple mark branded into the skin. The design is detailed and intricate, showing 3 diamond-bodied serpents intertwined in a dizzying pattern of spirals. Around them, a number of strange sigils glow with a soft purplish light. You hear a groan coming from the trees ahead. Covering the strange mark, you stagger through the mud towards the sound. Instinctively, your hand goes to your belt, looking for a weapon, but there is none there. You are unarmed. Scanning the mud, You find a rusty-looking dagger next to one of the scorched bodies. You crouch down and pick it up before heading into the dark trees. A man is lying with his back against one of the trunks. No, a boy, not much older than 15. He is clad in plate armor, his thick, mud-spattered cloak bunched up around his shoulders. The shaft of an arrow protrudes from his lower chest, having pierced through the links between the metal plates. The boy looks up as you approach, his face deathly white and dripping with rainwater. A trickle of blood seeps from the corner of his mouth. What happened? You ask, kneeling beside the wounded knight. The boy fixes his watery eyes on your own. You don't remember? He rasps hoarsely. You say nothing, your attention shifting to the black-fletched arrow. Who did this? Who are those people? You gesture back towards the clearing where the scorched bodies lie in twisted repose. Brigands! Thieves! Gasps the boy, grimacing with pain. They attacked our camp. Our camp, you ask. You close your eyes, struggling to remember what happened. To find that part of yourself, that corner of your mind where some memory or trace of who you are might still remain. There is nothing, only a chill darkness as cold and impenetrable as the night. When you open your eyes, they are misted with angry tears. I don't remember anything. The boy gives a pained gasp as he struggles to raise one of his hands. With a trembling finger, he points to your head. You took a blow right before you killed those men. You draw back, inhaling sharply. I did that? Back there? Images of charred, ruined bodies flash before your eyes. How? Some magic, whispers the boy. It came from that mark on your arm. You flinch, clutching your arm protectively against your chest. The boy smirks at your reaction. You never mentioned it. I guess it was something you didn't want me to know about. And this, you ask, looking down at the black-fletched arrow. Assassin spitted me, he grimaces. He was the only one to get away, their leader, I think. Where the arrow shaft meets the skin, you can see green poison bubbling out of the wound. Sure. The boy reads your fatal expression. I know, it's too late for me. Your shoulders sag. It is a grim thought that this dying night is the last remaining link to your past, to your previous life that is now forgotten. We know each other? You ask hesitantly. We met yesterday, rasps the boy. We were both traveling the same road to Tythebury Cross. You shake your head. The name means nothing to you. I'm an academy knight, the boy wheezes. Just graduated, top of my class. I was going to Apprentice. He stops as a wave of pain forces him to shudder. You put out your hand, gripping his shoulder and willing him to go on. I was going to Apprentice with Avian Dale. The great Avian Dale. For a moment, there is a flicker of life in his eyes, his pain forgotten as he stares wistfully up at the dark sky. It was my instructor's idea. He said I was the best in my year. Avian doesn't accept just anyone. I was special. His face sours as he looks down at the arrow shaft. Now that life is over. Suddenly, from somewhere back in the forest, you hear a piercing shriek. You glance nervously over your shoulder. Harpies, grimaces the boy. They hunt in packs. The scent. He lifts his hands, revealing palms soaked with his own blood. It will draw them here. You must go. But I can't just leave you. I must find out. My pack. Fetch my pack. The boy tilts his head. Following his gaze, you see a brown backpack lying at the base of one of the trees. You quickly retrieve it, surprised at its lightness as you lift it out of the mud. The boy gestures for you to open it. Inside, wedged between a bundle of clothes, is a rolled-up sheet of parchment. Take it, whispers the boy. It's my letter from the academy. Unrolling the scroll, you see that it is covered in neat, flowing script. It is addressed to an Avian Dale, outlining the merits of a young academy knight. It ends in a green seal of wax, displaying the insignia of a winged dragon. I can't take this, you protest, shaking your head. The boy gives a wheezing cough, his body jerking painfully with the effort. It is no good to me. Take it. Start a new life. He'll never know. A screech draws your attention skywards. Black shapes are circling overhead, their spindly, feathered bodies silhouetted against the full moon. Harpies. Something inside you is urging you to flee. The mark along your arm tingles as if sensing the same danger. You roll up the scroll and stuff it into the pack. When you look over at the boy, you see that his head is now resting against his chest, his eyes closed. Death has finally taken him. You have gained... I will find the assassin that did this. I promise. You reach down and take the boy's sword. It is a well-balanced blade, the hilt and pommel studded with gems. You have gained the following item. Remember to add this item to your hero sheet, adding 1 to your brawn and magic scores. The Apprentice. Alright, sure, cool. Cool. Alright, and this goes to 1, and this also goes to 1. Damn it, tingle again. Ow! Another bird-like screech tears through the night. They're answering calls from all around you, worryingly close. Quickly, you shoulder the knight's pack and then start running. Oh, sorry. You find comfort in purpose, keeping to a fast pace as you weave between the withered trees of the dark forest. After what feels like an age of battling through the cloying mud and driving rain, you spy a cave in the hollow of a hill. Having found shelter, you sit and await the dawn, shivering with more than just the cold. Alright. An auspicious start, I would say. The wooden signpost points southwards, where the marshy forest gives way to green rolling hills. Tythebury Cross, 3 miles. You take a deep breath of the warm morning air. A new life, a new start. Peeling back your sleeve, you look down at the purple mark, glowing beneath your skin. Does this strange mark hold the key to your past? And what of the future? You scan the letter of introduction once again. A letter recommending a talented knight to apprentice with one of the grandmasters of the profession, Avian Dale. It should have been the young boy. This was his future, his dream. It is no good to me. Take it. Start a new life. He'll never know. No one will ever know. Carefully, you roll up the letter and return it to your pack before setting off down the long, dusty road towards Tythebury. Turn to the first map to begin Act 1 of your adventure. Refer to the color section at the center of this book. Choose where you want to explore by turning to the entry number displayed next to the relevant shield. As a novice adventurer, you will want to start with the green quests first, as these are easiest to complete. Return to the map when you want to choose a new quest or destination. Alright. Okay. Cool. Map. Green quest. Let's just start with the lowest number. That's just easy. Boop. Quest. Scarlet in the woods. In Tythebury, idle gossip travels fast. It isn't long before reports of a missing child reach your ears. Sensing an opportunity for some paid work, you head to the edge of the Tythebury woods, where a small wood cabin rests on a grassy knoll. A grizzled old man sits outside the building, sharpening the blade of his longsword with a notched stone. He looks up as you approach and offers a mumbled greeting. You notice that the man's right leg is heavily bandaged. A pair of crutches rest beside his stool. You explain that you have heard news of a missing child. The man shakes his head and looks away for a moment, his jaw clenching and unclenching. Excuse me. Yeah, my daughter, he says at last, shaking his head. A spirited thing. Not seen hide nor hair of her for 3 days. Gave her some of my best brandy to take to her poorly grandma. Lives right across the other side of the valley. The man lowers his gaze to his injured leg. I fear the worst, stranger. Goblins have moved into those woods. I tried my best to find her, I did. He reaches out, gripping your arm tightly. Please, I have no gold or treasures to offer, but I still have a father's love for a daughter. Please, will you find her and bring her home safe? Will you... Oh, this is annoying. Kindle. The third option is on the other page for the Kindle version. That's kind of stupid. Will you agree to help, ask about the woods, politely refuse? Wow. Okay, well, I'm not politely refusing. I'm gonna ask about the woods. Ooh, it's clickable. I love that. As in, like, hyperlinked or whatever. That's pretty good. The woods always been safe if you stick to the path. Lizelle always knew that. Can handle herself, that girl, I tell you. Always visiting her kind old grandma. The man runs a finger along the edge of his sharpened blade. It's been 3 days now and not a word. She should have been back by now. Lizelle knows. I would be worrying. She's all I got now, you see. The man's steely eyes settle on your own. I'll wager she's... Sorry, my phone just fell. I'll wager she's still with her grandma. That old woman's a glutton for fanciful stories. Fills my dear Lizelle's head full of them. I dare say she may have tarried there, but goblins... He sniffs at the air like a wizened old wolf. Their taint is on the breeze. If goblins have taken her, I fear the worst. He looks down at the crutches, resting next to his stool. If I wasn't crippled so, I'd be out there now, scouring every inch of that blasted wood. You know what? Sure. Let's ask the woodsman about his injury. Got jumped by goblins, 3 of the vermin, and fierce fighters too. I was lucky to escape with my life. The woodsman raises his sword, the polished blade reflecting the afternoon sunlight. I've seen a fair bit of action in my time. I know how to handle myself. But those goblins, they're something else. Never seen their likes in these parts before. It's a bad sign. A very bad sign. Okay, let's agree to help. The man offers you a grim smile. Thank you, he says, and remember, be on your guard. Those goblins are cowardly creatures, but they're smart. Smarter than they look. He pats his bandaged leg as if to drive home the point. Never underestimate them. The woodsman leans forward and points to a small break in the nearby trees. You can find the path there. It will take you straight through to the other side of the valley if you want. Keep on the path and only stray if you have to. No telling what you might find in those woods. After thanking the woodsman, you shoulder your backpack and head out into the Tythebury woods. Turn to 149. Yeah. After listening to the woodsman's gloomy warnings, you are initially surprised by the pleasant and inviting woodland. The path is easy to follow, leading you past gentle tree-lined hills and picturesque meadows of wildflowers. The sun casts dappled patterns over the leafy clearings, ringing with birdsong. You can't imagine these woods hiding any deadly monsters. Half an hour later, and you find yourself grudgingly eating your words. Almost without warning, the trees have closed in on all sides, swallowing the sunlight and replacing the gentle sound of birdsong with the eerie rustle of leaves and creaking boughs. The path has narrowed, becoming little more than a game trail littered with rocks and wandering tree roots. Picking your way carefully along the dark trail, you keep an anxious eye on the tangled knot of trees to either side. This is prime territory for an ambush. The trail leads you along the crest of a hill, then plunges down into a wooded valley. The sound of a chuckling stream can be heard from somewhere off to your right, where the ground rises steeply into rocky hills. You are considering whether to leave the trail and refill your water skin when a scream from up ahead shatters the silence. It sounded like a young girl. Drawing your weapon, you break into a sprint, racing along the narrow, winding trail. After a few minutes, you skid to a halt, ears pricked for any further clues as to the girl's whereabouts. Then you hear another scream, coming from the trees to your left. You leave the trail and plunge into the undergrowth. Boop, sorry. I gotta look up the number, it takes forever. Bursting out of the woods, you find yourself in a clearing dominated by a large, gnarly tree. A young girl is dangling upside down from one of its branches, her feet tangled in a rope. She is dressed in boyish breeches and a tunic, with a thick red shawl hanging loosely off of her shoulders. Below her, two spindly goblins are hunched over the girl's basket, rummaging through its contents. As you approach, one of them looks up, its black, glassy eyes glinting in the dappled sunlight. The creature gives two hooting cries, then scurries towards you, pulling a rusty sword from its belt. The other goblin slides a knife from its boot and hurries to join the battle. You must fight the goblins as a single enemy. Alright, the Goblin Poachers. Combat! Dun, 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 dun. Mortal Kombat! Sorry. Yeah, the Goblin Poachers have a speed of 0, brawn of 1, armor of 0, and 20 health. Once the goblins have been reduced to 10 health or less, turn to 77. Alright, let me just quickly check how combat works again. Alright, I roll 2 dice for my hero, and I add 0 speed. 7. 7's not the worst. And then I roll for the poachers. 9. Well, this is a bad start. The goblins roll 9. Okay, and then they roll 1 die and add their brawn. 5. Christ. 5 plus 1 is 6. And I have no armor, so I take 6 damage. Well, this is the worst. I am at 24. And then we move on. Or, yeah, we go back to the round, right, basically. Can I roll them all in one? I think so, right? That's just easier. Alright, 10 and 10. Wow, that's a tie. Nothing happens. New roll. Round number 3. Oh my god, I'm losing. 7 and 9. So, goblins win again. So they roll for damage. And oh my god, I take 7 damage. Okay. This is gonna be a very short fucking stream if this is the way it's gonna go. I'm already at 17 health. Next round. I'm upset. I haven't even damaged them yet. Okay, good. Jesus. Okay, 8 beats a 3. And then I try to hit them for 5. 4 plus 1. So the goblins go... Ooh, I should have their health up somewhere. Bloodboard in paper form, exactly. I'm not dodging well. Am I just going to remember? We'll see. For now, I can remember. The goblins take 5, so they're at 15. Next round. Okay, 7 beats a 3. So the goblins attack. Oh, for 7 again. Oh my god. If I lose the first combat, you people are never going to make me forget that. The worst. No! Oh my god. 8 loses to an 11, so the goblins attack again. I'm the worst adventurer. 3 plus 1 is 4, so I go to 6. Please don't let me die. Oh my god. Nope. Fucking hell. Alright. 9 gets beaten by a 12. So the goblins attack again. Okay, for 2. I go to 4. I really need to kill them like in one blow or whatever, because otherwise I'm just dead. Nope, I still lose. Are these dice like... Are these dice bad? Is that it? 5 loses to an 8. I think I'm dead. Yep, I'm dead. Jesus Christ. Oh, that's embarrassing. Okay, I died at 37. I'm upset. I'm very upset. Yeah, I mean, we're trying again. The worst. Alright, we're trying again. I mean, nothing really happened. And I get to return to this number. I'm not going to read it again. I'm being attacked by goblins. That's what's happening. This time, the white dice are my dice. Let's see. Let's see if I still lose. God damn it! Okay, the goblins attack again. Oh. Okay, I take 1. So I am at 29. So you're going to start with rereading the rules and then start over? No. This game hates me. Why does this game hate me? Yeah, goblins roll 9. I roll 7. So I feel like I'm proving that at least the dice aren't loaded or whatever, because I switched and I'm still losing. And I take 7. Apparently they are the sworn enemies. Nope, lose again. Take 7. This is gonna be a very short stream if I tilt off the face of the planet. I'm at 15. I'm doing this right? Yeah, because we both have a speed score of 0. And we have no armor, so... Yeah, this is very simple. We're basically equally strong. Nope, still not. Goblins roll 9 and I roll 7, so goblins win. Then I take 6. This is upsetting, to say the least. I mean, it's a little funny, but it's also upsetting. Wow, I roll snake eyes and the goblins roll 4. And I take 2. Goblins attack. They roll 10, I roll 3. I take 6, I go to 1. I'm gonna die a second time. This is unacceptable. Hey, I can attack. Goblins roll 7, I roll 11. Oh wait, I only get to roll 1. Oh, wait, I do get to roll for 7 damage, which means the goblins are at 13. I can still win. Nope. Nope, I cannot. Alright, I take whatever and I die. Alright, second death. Count it.
Oh, piece of shit.
I agree, Conk. I agree. I'm switching dice again. Best 3 out of 5. Exactly. I'm switching dice again. I'm red dice. Goblins are white dice. Okay. Good start. I roll an 8. Goblins roll a 6. I roll for damage. I roll for 2 damage. Goblins are at 18. I roll 7. Goblins roll 11. For 4 damage, I go to 26. Hey! Oh, god damn it! We both rolled 12. Well, that's a tie. Nothing happens. I roll a 5. They roll 10. Goblins deal me 5 damage. I go to 21. Okay, good. Goblins roll 6. I roll 11. Goblins were on 18. I deal 4 damage. They go to... I guess I could put like enemy health here. They go to 14. Goblins roll 6. I roll 7. So I get to attack for 6 plus 1 is 7. I've won. I've won. Christ. I didn't even need to kill them, you know that? I didn't even need to kill them. I just needed to get to half their health. And it took me 3 tries to do it. Wait, was it 3 tries or is this a 4th try already? I don't remember. Anyway, they're at 7, so I move on. I'm upset a little bit, I have to say. Because, look, I'm streaming this, so I'm having fun regardless. But what if I'm doing this on my own? And I'm like, at this point I'm just cheating, right? Despite being short and ungainly, the goblins prove to be accomplished fighters. Yeah, I'll say. It takes all your skill just to fend off their frenzied attacks. At last, just as you are starting to tire, a sudden opening presents itself, allowing you to deliver a fatal blow. With a gurgling cry, one of the goblins topples to the ground dead. On seeing its companion fall, the other goblin gives a cowardly whimper, then turns and starts running for the nearby trees. You start to follow when a voice brings you up short. Hey, excuse me! The young girl is glaring at you angrily from her upside-down vantage point. Well, don't just stand there gawping like the village idiot, she snaps. Cut me down from this tree, this instant! She's rude. Goes to show violence isn't the answer. You are correct. What shall we do? Pursue the fleeing goblin or cut the girl down from the tree? Should I have chat vote on what I should do? Or shall I just do the first thing someone says? I could do that. So, like, the first person to say something, I can do that. Cut her down. Alright. That is technically what I would leave the girl. Galactic End was first, and also that's what I wanted to do. So we're cutting the girl down. You cut the girl loose, taking a small degree of satisfaction as she drops to the ground with a thud. Ouch! She cries. You could have done that a little more graciously. Dell! Hey, thank you so much for the raid. Hi, I'm Uncarrot. Welcome. Dell, how are you doing? Fish, you still here? Hey, bee freaks. Hey, Dell. We're doing some tabletop business. Yeah, we're reading through / playing through DestinyQuest, the first book, which is a choose your own adventure single player RPG book. It's pretty cool. It's pretty nice. We just started. We just defeated our first enemy after more tries than I care to admit. Hello, raiders. Dell, you were playing. Just chatting, I think. What were you doing? GeoGuessr? My mods have abandoned me. Boom. Yes, just chatting. How was your stream? Did you have fun? Well, thank you so much for the raid. I really appreciate it. Welcome everyone from Dell Stream. I am Bearded Bogle. Usually I stream a variety of games, usually sort of playing through classic video game series. On Saturday I play through all the Zelda games. On Sunday, normally I play through all the Hitman games at the moment, but the first Sunday of the month is Bogle Adventure Day, and that means that I play some sort of tabletop single-player RPG thing. And today is the first day of DestinyQuest, so I don't know, I'm having fun. It's a lot of reading, it's a lot of rolling. It's pretty sweet. So yeah, come hang out. I also stream on other days, but I don't know, my schedule's down there. Give me a follow if you like, and don't if you don't. Let's move on. I'll start this section again, because what the hell? Oh, there we go. I'll start this section again, just to, you know, not lose track of what's happening. You cut the girl loose, taking a small degree of satisfaction as she drops to the ground with a thud. Ouch, she cries. You could have done that a little more graciously. She gets to her feet, brushing the leaves and twigs from her clothes. All day I've been up that bloomin' tree and not a single sign of him. Not a single sign. She wanders over and picks up her basket. I was sure that handsome huntsman would come and save me. I screamed and screamed until I was hoarse. Oh, that would have been so perfect for him to find me here, a maiden in distress. She gives a long, wistful sigh. Will you ask about the huntsman, ask about the goblins, and demand that she goes home? Okay, like I said, I can make decisions. This is quickly turning into a rom-com. This is certainly this is definitely a meet cute, as it were. But I've decided that the first person in chat to give me an option, that's the option I'm going to go for. I have veto powers if it's really dumb. Yeah, or I'll just choose. Hey, Carmen, welcome. You haven't missed much yet of this this first DestinyQuest book. We woke up, we don't remember what's happening. Aw, thank you. Much appreciated. We woke up, we don't remember much. We moved on to questing. And now we are saving a girl from goblins. You missed me dying to the first enemy twice. It was embarrassing. Hey Joe, how you doing? Yeah, the first enemy were 2 goblins, and they killed me twice. And I didn't even need to win to win. Like, I didn't even need to kill both of them, I just needed to halve their health. It was rough. I was upset. So, what are we gonna do? Let's ask about the goblins. We're all stalking you, Carmen, you know that. Those vile things, says the girl, wrinkling her nose. I fell foul of one of their silly traps while I was picking mushrooms. I could have been a goner, I suppose, but in my heart of hearts, I always knew that my handsome huntsman would find me eventually. She pauses, looking you up and down like a dirty piece of laundry. Shame you came along and spoiled everything. You don't even look like a hero. Not like the ones in the storybooks. Not like my gorgeous huntsman. You know what? Let's just ask about the huntsman. Hey, Joe, you were here all along? I believe you. Enjoy the lurk. Eh. You can give me shit. I'm okay with it. The girl claps her hands in delight. Oh, he is so wonderful! She gasps breathlessly. Not like the simple village boys. No, he's a traveling man, one of the gypsies. I don't think there's anywhere he hasn't been. The mountains to the east, the deserts of the south. Gosh, he has such stories to tell of adventure and lost treasures and battles. It's so exciting. Not for nothing, but I think gypsy is not an okay word to say. I'm pretty sure that's not... He cried regardless. Yes, exactly. I was very upset. Wink wink, nudge nudge, yes. You nod your head, trying to look interested, but other, more important things are starting to occupy your thoughts. Like the rapidly fading sunlight. You decide it is time that the girl was taken home to her father. Turn to 129. Now. Thank you. Yeah, I agree, Galacticant. I'm pretty sure Gypsy is not appreciated. Carmen, it's 9 o'clock in the evening. You're not supposed to be working. Also, fuck you, it's Sunday. Stop working. Home? I'm not going home, snaps the girl, stamping her feet. I can't go home. When you demand to know why, she lifts up her basket, revealing the freshly picked mushrooms inside. I'm making a potion, she says. A love potion. The witch gave me the recipe. All I need now is some findlewort. Then I'll have everything I need. Joe can do whatever he wants. She stomps off across the clearing, heading towards a tangled line of trees. You hurry after her, explaining that there isn't time for making potions. The sunlight is fading fast. It will be dark soon, and the goblins could be back, not to mention her worried father waiting for her at home. But the girl does not appear remotely bothered by your concerns. I'm not going home, she declares. With the potion, I will get exactly what I want. The huntsman will fall in love with me, and we will be together forever. Now. She stops abruptly, pointing a finger under your nose. Are you going to make yourself useful and help me find some findlewort, or what? So are we helping this girl or telling her that she's acting like a selfish brat? This girl is rude and an idiot, I agree. But, it's my first quest, I want to help her. Yeah, I'm agreeing to help the girl. It's probably a bad idea, but I don't care. No, it's a bad idea. Oh no, it's not. It's fine. I thought this was enemy stuff or whatever, but it's not. You're picturing Kirsten Stewart? Yeah, we're playing out a weird version of The Huntsman or whatever. What was the name of that movie? The first one that was kind of shit, and then the second one was kind of fun, even though it was not good. Anyway. Oh, Snow White and the Huntsman. Sure. I didn't hate the second one because Snow White wasn't in it. That's more like it. She nods. Now follow me. I assume you're capable of that, at least. With a swish of her red shawl, the girl turns and heads back into the woods. You bite down on your tongue and follow, reminding yourself that you're here to protect her and return her home safely no matter how rude and temperamental she is. You have only gone a little way into the trees when the ground starts to slope downwards, becoming moist and spongy underfoot. Moist. Soon you are squelching... Ugh, that's a horrible word. I thought moist was the word that I didn't like, but squelching... I don't like squelching. Soon you were squelching through thick mud, the air buzzing with black flies. Just up here, says the girl, pushing her way through the low-hanging branches. Findlewort grows in bogs, and this looks just about perfect. You deserve the word squelching? No. I don't. You take that back. That's okay, Carmen. You deserve
Moist.
She stops and points through the tangled undergrowth. Ahead, you see a sludgy-looking mire, and at its center, a small island covered in root-like plants. There they are. Now, go get me some. I just need a little for my potion. I don't want to squelch with Kristen Stewart. And I'm fairly certain that she doesn't want to squelch with me. I don't think there's anything wrong with Kristen Stewart. I just don't want to squelch with her. Is it squelching with or squelching? Like, do you squelch someone or do you squelch with someone? Eager to get it over with, you push past. Eager to get it over with, you start reading the book again so you don't have to answer any of these questions. Eager to get it over with, you push past her and wade into the thick mire, the dirty sludge reaching up to your waist. The girl watches you from the mire's edge, chewing nervously on a fingernail. Hurry up, she shouts, and be careful. You reach the island and pull yourself up onto the bank. After taking a moment to catch your breath, you snatch up some of the findlewort and stuff it into your backpack. Just as you're about to slide back into the mire, you notice a series of ripples spreading out across the surface of the water. As you watch, the ripples start to move, forming an arrow-like pattern that is headed straight towards the island. Suddenly, there is a blinding spray of mud and pondweed as something huge lunges out of the swamp. For a second, all you can see is giant teeth and black scales. Then you are frantically fighting for your life. Alright, we're fighting a giant crocodile with a speed of 0, a brawn, and an armor of 1, and only 10 health. Hey, vampire. I don't think it's ASMR.
This is ASMR.
I actually don't know if that's ASMR either. I've honestly never really listened to ASMR. It doesn't really do much for me. Alright, well, yeah, we're attempting to defeat a crocodile. This is probably not going to go very well. Luckily, dying isn't that much of a problem, especially now. Would be funny if you died from this weak crocodile. I guess. Alright. Combat. I am the red dice. Crocodile is the white dice. Shaking. Alright. The crocodile rolls 3. And I roll 9. That means I win. So I get to roll for damage. And I roll a 5 plus 1 brawn is 6. However, the crocodile has 1 armor. So basically negates my bonus. So the crocodile goes to 5 health. Next round. 11 for the crocodile and 9 for me. So the crocodile gets to attack. For 2 plus 1 is 3. So I go to 27. Because I was on 30. Next combat round. I roll an 8. Crocodile rolls a 6. So I get to go first. Thank you, Carmen and Joe, for the quote. Damn it! I roll a 1 plus 1 minus 1 is 1. So crocodile goes to 4. Oop. Ah! Shit. No! I rolled an 11, but the crocodile rolled a 12. Boo. Boo, I tell you. And the crocodile rolls 5 damage, so I go to 22. 7 versus 3, crocodile wins. rolls 6, so I go to, this sucks, 16. Defeat the crocodile and get to moistly squelch in the mire with the girl. Moistly squelching. Motherfuck! I roll a 7, the crocodile rolls a 10. For another 6 damage. I'm gonna die again, I hate everything. Oh, please! Crocodile rolls an 8, I roll a 5. For 3 damage, I go to 7. I need 1 hit and a decent roll. Yes! Okay, crocodile rolls a 4, I roll a 6, so I get to go. Please, just roll a 4. No! You gotta be fucking kidding me. 3 plus 1 minus 1 is 3. Crocodile goes to 1. Boo. Nope, come here. Damn it. I roll 5, crocodile rolls 11. 3 damage, I go to 4. This is intense. 4 versus 8. I win because I roll 3, so the crocodile dies. Good, good. And I go back to 30. Sorry to disappoint, but I win. That was too close though. Holy shit. Let's go to 118. Wow. I go to 118. There's no text here, but fine. Ooh, I get some items. Thank you. By some small miracle, rude, you are able to defeat the frenzied crocodile. You may now take any or all of the following rewards. Ooh, I can put a... Nice. Yeah, I'll do this. A croc's tooth for my left hand. And a crocodile skin in my backpack. The croc's tooth gives me... is a dagger. Gives me +1 brawn. And the crocodile skin, perhaps someone can put this to good use. We'll see. Small miracle this book has you pegged. Shut up. Croc tooth, a dagger, so I'm dual wielding, and that gives me a +2. I should probably +1 brawn, +1 magic, because otherwise I don't know what to do when... Anyway. Brawn. And my backpack has a crocodile skin. There we go. Sans! Rude. I don't know if I need to be appalled or proud. I think I'm going to be proud, Sans. Good job. Alright. We're stronger now, so that's nice. As you wipe the mud and pondweed from your clothes, you become aware of the girlish giggles coming from the far shore. The woodsman's daughter is hopping up and down, waving her arms above her head. "Oh, that was exciting," she gasps. "You were almost as brave as my handsome huntsman." You wade back across the mire, muttering several obscenities under your breath. "Come on, give it to me quick," demands the girl, holding out her hands. "It's all I need for my potion." Angrily, you fling open your pack and hand her the findlewort. "Perfect," she smiles. "You're a hero after all." Suddenly, something hits you in the chest, sending you flying backwards into the swamp. Coughing and spluttering, you surface to find yourself face to face with a goblin, the same one that ran from you earlier. I guess I could have chased the goblin and then this wouldn't have happened. Probably. Maybe? Probably? We'll see. He holds a knife to your throat. Over the creature's shoulder, you see the woodsman's daughter sprinting into the forest, chased by another of the goblins. Before you can hope to rescue her, you must defeat your foe. Alright, well, he's not... How is he as strong as... Oh, he's as strong, but less health. Fair enough. Great. Wow. You're all the worst. Okay, we gotta defeat this goblin. Alright. The goblin rolls a 3. I roll an 11. I roll 2 plus 2 damage. Because I have 2 brawn now, so that's nice. So the goblin goes to... From 10 to 6. Goblin rolls an 8, I roll a 5. Goblin deals 7 damage to me, that sucks. 23. Goblin rolls a 5, I roll a 7. I deal 5 damage to the goblin. Nope. Goblin goes to 1. Just need to hit him once. Hey Eric, welcome, welcome. I roll a 3, Goblin rolls an 8. Goblin deals 3 damage to me. I go to 20. Goblin rolls an 8, I roll a 4. Goblin deals 7 damage to me again. Is this single goblin gonna kill me? I'm gonna be very upset if that happens. Good. I roll a 4. I roll a 7. Goblin rolls a 4, so I deal more than enough to the goblin. So the goblin will be dead. There we go. If you defeat the goblin, turn to 143. You slay the goblin, its lifeless body sinking down into the mire. Exhausted, you pull yourself up onto the bank, your clothes sagging heavily from the mud and water. After taking a moment to recover, you clamber to your feet and begin your pursuit of the remaining goblin, following its trail through the undergrowth. Turn to 150. Technically, you would have killed you a 3rd time. Shut up! You're not wrong. You haven't gone far before you find the corpse of a goblin, a kitchen knife protruding from its chest. Perhaps the woodsman's daughter knows how to defend herself after all. You search the body and find 5 gold crowns. You may also take any and all of the following items. Goblin leathers, chest armor, very useful, and goblin grog. Use anytime in combat to restore 4 health. Alright, let's put that on the character sheet. Goblin leathers plus 1 armor. So armor goes to 1. And a backpack slot for goblin grog. 2 uses. 4 health. There we go. Yes, I have a main hand, a left hand, a right hand, and an off hand. Sure. You push your way through the tight undergrowth to find yourself back on the main trail. There is no sign of the woodsman's daughter. Do we follow the trail to Grandma's house or head east into the hills? That's a good question. I would say that is a good question. That question we should answer next time. Not next time, but I am going to take a short break. So just to refill my glass and everything. Please put into the chat if you want me to follow the trail to Grandma's house or if you want me to head east into the hills. After the break, I will count the votes, I guess, and we'll see. You could also just put 168 or 152 in the chat. In the meantime, no worries, Eric. In the meantime, I will be right back. I am back. What have you all been talking about? Thank you. All right, so we got two feet. I mean, Eric, I don't know what run for your life means. I don't know what vote that is. So I think we're just tied. I think Carmen said run to the hills, and Joe said follow the trail to Grandma's house, so I get to do the tiebreaker. Is Grandma hot? I mean, maybe to you, you're also old. I agree with Carmen. I don't like meat substitute when I look at it as substitute. The texture and the taste is fine, the texture is just weird to me. But if it's just a thing, then it's pretty good. Run through the... Yeah. Look, I know you're all extremely metal, but that doesn't help me now, does it? Go for Grandma. We are go for Grandma. I repeat. Wait, what the... Shit. There we go. Click on the thing. Thank you. Gross. Alright, let's move on. The trail meanders south, and to your relief, you find that it takes you out of the tight press of trees into wide golden meadows and hills, carpeted with hawthorn and blackberry. At last, you come to the end of the trail, which leads up to the gate of a small thatched cottage. Everything about the place seems homely, from the neatly tended garden to the white picket fence. You walk up to the red front door and give several loud knocks. "Who is it?" calls a high-pitched voice from inside. You state your name and explain that the Woodsman sent you. "Lovely! Just lift up the latch and walk right in." I'm holding gross, yes. Am I doing voices? I didn't do any voices before, but I don't know, why not? You lift the latch and push open the door. Turn to 184. You enter a low-ceilinged room, dominated by a wooden table, some cupboards lined with neat rows of crockery, and a large four-poster bed. There, tucked up under a bright patchwork blanket, is Grandma. At least, you think it's Grandma. You notice that her fingers are long and green with claws instead of nails, and protruding from underneath the nightcap is a big hairy snout. My, what big claws you have, Grandma. Oh my god. With a snarl, the imposter rips off their bonnet, revealing an ugly, green-skinned hobgoblin. It leaps out from beneath the blanket, clutching the bloodstained sword in its hand. "All the better to eat you with," it growls. "You must now fight a hobgoblin." Jesus. Remember those videos you used to rent out before they became illegal? I don't actually. I remember selling them. We didn't rent them anymore. They were only for sale. And gross. But yes, I do remember. I'm not happy about it. And I'm certainly not going to talk about it live on the internet. Okay, we're fighting a hobgoblin. Speed 0, brawn 1, armor 1, health 12. White is the hobgoblin, red is me. Tie. Tie means we go again. Shit. 4 versus 11. Hobgoblin attacks me. 1 plus 1 minus 1, because I have armor now, is 1. So I go to 29. Again. Oh, I probably talked about it already. That's fair. Alright, 5 for the hobgoblin and 7 for me. So I attack. For 4 plus 2 minus 1 is 5. Which means the hobgoblin goes from 12 to 7. Six versus 8. I win. I attack. 1 plus 2 minus 1 is 2. I go. The hobgoblin goes to 5. I'm glad combat is not like complicated. I mean, it will be more complicated, but it's nice to just get through quickly. I like that. Alright, I roll an 11. The hobgoblin rolls a 3. So I roll 6 plus 2 is 8. Minus 1 is 7. The hobgoblin is dead. Boom, baby. Defeat the hobgoblin. Turn to 199. Ooh, I got more shit. I get more shit. Awesome. Anyway, I get more shit. Yeah, I mean, I'm a little stronger now, right? I'm definitely gonna be better now because I have speed bonuses. That's nice. The hobgoblin falls backwards onto the bed, its dark blood soaking through the patchwork blanket. You may now take one of the following items. Alright, I'm not getting a new sword. The curved blade gives more speed, but that would mean I lose brawn and magic. That's just dumb. I could get Granny's locket for more magic, but I kind of really want speed. The goblin kickers are much better. So we're putting kickers on our feet. Goblin kickers. Plus 1 sp. Plus 1 brr. Fix that. So, speed goes to 1, brawn goes to 3. Very good. You search the rest of the cottage, but find little of interest, except for some grey hairs sizzling on the coals in the fireplace. You assume that that is all that is left of poor Grandma. Leaving the cottage, you follow the trail back into the woods. I want to either head east into the hills or return to the Woodsman. I think I want to head into the hills now. So 152. As you head east, the land rises sharply, becoming a series of rocky hills covered in gnarly vegetation. You quicken your pace, aware that the sun is already beginning to set, casting an auburn brilliance over your stark surroundings. You haven't ventured far into the hills before you spot a thin column of food smoke rising into the darkening skies. Could this be the huntsman camp that the young girl mentioned? You hurry toward it, the succulent aroma of freshly cooking meat providing all the encouragement you need. You finally reach the campsite, set in the sheltered hollow of a bleak stony hill. A skinned rabbit slowly roasts over a roaring fire, the dripping fat causing the flames to spit and sizzle. Behind it, you can see a covered wagon and a straggly line of trees where a piebald pony... I don't actually know what that means. Piebald. Adjective. Of a horse. Having irregular patches of 2 colors, typically black and white. Cool. I've learned a thing. Thank you, Kindle. Yes. The beast looks agitated, tugging against its restraints. There doesn't appear to be anyone around. Then you notice a straw basket lying on its side in the grass. Next to it is a broken bottle from which a black bubbling liquid steams. Turn to 240. Alert for danger, you step warily around the campfire and are amazed and horrified by what you see. A giant grey wolf watches you from the edge of the light, its amber eyes reflecting the dancing flames. You notice an oily black liquid dripping from its fangs, the same liquid you saw in the bottle. With a bestial snarl, the wolf launches itself at you. You have no choice but to fight this ferocious creature. The big bad wolf! See you in a bit, Carmen. BRB away. Speed 0, Brawn 1, Armor 1, Health 15. Well, this should not be a problem anymore. My stats are much better at the moment. Alright, I'm red. Wolf is white. I roll an 11 plus 1 is 12. The wolf rolls a 12, so it's a tie. Thank you, Speedy Boots. I roll a 7. The wolf rolls a 6. That's the second time that the Speedy Boots helped me out. I like this. I like this a lot. And I roll 5 plus 3 damage is 8. Minus 1 is 7. So the wolf goes to 8 health from 15. And we go again. I roll 6 and that's this. Wow. And the I roll 5 and the wolf also rolls 5, but I get a speed bonus, so I go to 6. These goblin kickers are earning their keep, I gotta say. 2 plus 3 is 5, minus 1 is 4, so the wolf goes to 4. Nine and 9 for both of... Holy shit, 9 and 9 for both of us, but I have speed, so 10 for me, so I win. And I roll a 5. Plus 3 is 8, etc, etc. Wolf dies. Flawless victory. The time of dying to goblins is definitely over, I hope. If you defeat the wolf, turn to 64. That is what we will do. The wolf lies dead at your feet. As you watch, the creature's body begins to shift and change, the bones cracking and reforming into a human shape. Within moments, the body of a man lies before you, the black liquid still coating his lips. It is then that you hear a quiet sobbing coming from behind the wagon. You hurry to investigate and find the woodsman's daughter huddled next to one of the wheels, trembling with fear. "It was all my fault," she gasps. "I let him drink the potion. I said it was a gift from my father. Then he changed. He changed." She looks away, shivering. "I did everything that the recipe said. Everything. And then turn him into that." She points to the huntsman's corpse. "I should have known not to trust the witch. Oh, what have I done?" Yeah, she's kind of an asshole. Alright, Galactican, thanks for hanging out. And enjoy the Vigigame. What Vigigame are you on? You're done with Fallen Order, right? You help the girl to her feet. As it is now late evening, you decide it best that the two of you sleep in the wagon and head back to her father at first light. So, as it is now late evening, you decide that it's best that the two of you sleep together and head back to her father at first light. Turn to 82. The next morning, the girl is quiet and sullen. You eat a cheerless breakfast together, then head back into the woods, following the trail back to her father's house. The girl walks in silence, huddled in her tattered red shawl. Back at the cabin, the woodsman is overjoyed to see his daughter again. He asks what happened, and you take him aside to explain the sequence of events. The woodsman shakes his head. "My daughter should have known better than to trust that witch. Been nothing but trouble since that old crone came to these lands." Thanking you once again, the Woodsman offers you his prized sword as a reward for returning his daughter safely. Ooh, a new sword. I like that sword actually. Goblin Hewer. So instead of the Apprentice sword, which gives +1 brawn and +1 magic, I would get an extra speed and an extra armor. Yes, please. I think I'm going to focus on speed. I think I want to become a rogue. Because you don't need a lot of power if you're always the one attacking, right? So that's why speed is so useful. Oh, and that was the end of the quest. You may now return to the map to continue your journey. Nice. Goblin Hewer. Alright. That means this goes to 2. Magic goes to 0. And this is now a Goblin Hewer. Sword. 1 speed. Whoops. One speed and 1 armor. So armor goes to 2 and speed also goes to 2. Very good. Yeah, and now we return to the map. Interesting. Ah, Jesus. Don't do that. Thank you. I think I'm just gonna go green, blue, orange, red. Or wait, green, orange, blue, red. And not... I don't think we're gonna do a blue quest straight away. I think we'll just do this one. We'll go to 15. Curse of the Cornfields. Interesting. As you descend into the patchwork valley of farmsteads, you notice a flock of crows circling over the nearby fields. Below them, a fine white mist hangs like a shroud over the wilting, sun-beaten corn, its appearance looking slightly unnatural in the dazzling sunlight. An elderly man hurries towards you, a pitchfork held tightly in his hands. His expression looks panicked. "Please, will you help me?" he cries. "My farm is cursed. It's the witch, I tell you." Will you ask about the strange mist, or ask why the witch is to blame? First person to give me a suggestion, that is what I will do. Oh, whoops. I need to go to 15 for that. Boop. So yeah, let me know. Are we asking about the strange mist or asking about the witch? Mount runs are indeed tedious. You are not wrong. Alright, we're gonna go to the witch. Which means we go to 163. The elderly man is visibly shaking, almost on the verge of tears. I told her to keep her mouth shut. I told her, but she never listens to me. Never listens to a word I say. He grabs your arm, gripping it tightly. You've got to believe me, it's the witch that done it. I saw it all. 2 days ago, down in the village, the wife. She stood nose to nose with the witch and gave her what for. She only went and accused her, didn't she? Said the witch not doing her job, not doing a thing to help us poor farmers out. He looks up, shaking his pitchfork at the blazing hot sky. It's the heat, he whimpers. It's the darn heat that's doing us all in. Loosened the wife's tongue it did, made her say bad things. And the witch, she was furious, she was. Never heard a woman go on so. Said she would put a curse on us all. And she's gone and bloomin' done it. Look! He pulls on your arm, turning you to face the eerie, mist-laden fields. Tell me that ain't natural. That ain't natural, is it? Things have gone all strange. Things ain't what they meant to be. Let's ask the farmer about the strange mist before we agree to help him out. It's been here 2 days, says the elderly farmer, pointing a trembling finger at the mist. And I seen strange things in there, shapes and sounds, horrible sounds. I won't go in there. No, I won't. Please don't make me. He jerks his head round to look at you, his expression slightly crazed. The wife won't let me back in the house, not until I sort it out. But I can't go in those fields, I can't. The mist, it's just not right. The witch did it. I know she did. Let's agree to help the farmer. Oh, thank you, says the farmer. He all but pushes you into the swirling white mist. Good luck, he says, and please be careful. You assure him that you will, drawing your weapon as if to underline the point. As you cross into the swirling banks of mist, the first thing that hits you is the cold. The wispy tendrils of fog are like ice, almost burning your skin with their freezing touch. Within seconds you are shivering, your breath forming clouds in the chill, damp air. You press onwards, pushing your way through the blighted corn, no longer sure what direction you are headed in. Whichever way you turn, the mist is there, swirling around you like a cruel tormentor. Perhaps it is just your imagination, but you are convinced that you can see shapes moving through the unsubstantial haze. Each time you try and focus on one, they are gone, drifting away like ghosts on the rolling currents. As you head deeper into the mist, you stumble across a large, cross-shaped pole sticking out the ground. It is frosted with ice, sparkling in the eerie white luminescence. For a moment you ponder what the pole was used for, and then you realize something is moving towards you through the field, making a beeline for your position. As the sound of snapping corn gets louder, you ready yourself for battle. From out the mist lurches a creature of nightmare, a man made entirely of straw, his ragged clothes coated in ice. With an inhuman howl, the creature raises its hand, revealing a deadly set of splintered claws. You must now fight the Scarecrow. Okay, well, the Scarecrow probably not that difficult because it's a green quest, but whatever. Scarecrow, 0 speed, 1 brawn, 0 armor, 8 health. Let's do it. Scarecrow rolls a 4, I roll a 9. I roll 7 damage, so the Scarecrow goes to 1. So all I gotta do is win the speed. And I do. I roll a 12 and they roll a 9. So Scarecrow's dead. That was quick enough. I chop him in. I hew him in twain with my Goblin Hewer. 204, please. Thank you. Your weapon cleaves through the creature's straw body with ease. As it falls to the ground, still jerking and shaking, you notice something around the creature's neck. It looks like a necklace fashioned from human finger bones. You cut the necklace loose. As you do so, the creature immediately stiffens and becomes lifeless. You may now choose one of the following rewards. Crow's Feet for speed and magic, or Murder of Crows, a fist weapon for speed and brawn. Yes, please. We will go for the left-handed upgrade. I need to make sure. Murder of Crows. Fist for 1 plus 1 sp and plus 1 bruh. Which means brawn stays the same, but speed goes to 3. Correct. Probably correct. Yes. With the scarecrow dead, you eye your surroundings, hoping that the strange mist will finally lift. However, the fog only seems to have thickened, reducing your vision still further. With little choice but to continue, you start across the field once again, your numb fingers almost frozen to your weapon. After several minutes, you see a flickering green light ahead. You hurry towards it, the light shining like a beacon through the swirling banks of fog. As you near, you hear the cackle of ghostly voices from somewhere in the mist. Entering an area of flattened corn, you soon discover the source of the light. A grim totem has been pushed deep into the frozen earth. Fashioned from dark wood and bone, its length crackles with a magical green light. This must be the source of the witch's curse. Turn to 65. Boop. $65. You start towards the totem with the intention of smashing it apart with your blade. However, you have only taken a couple of steps when the mist in front of you suddenly twists and broils, forming itself into a phantom-like creature. Before you can react, a spectral fist slams into your chest, sending you sprawling backwards onto the flattened corn.
I'm not a boomer.
I'm not. Before you can react, a spectral fist slams into your chest, sending you sprawling backwards onto the flattened corn. With an ear-splitting howl, the phantom glides towards you, its green eyes glowing with a malevolent hunger. You scramble to your feet and prepare to fight. The Mist Stalker, 0 speed, 1 brawn, 0 armor, 10 health. So it's like worse than this. It's like a little bit better than the Scarecrow. I think we'll be fine. We are in fact fine. I roll an 8, they roll a 6. Actually, I roll a 9 because my speed is 3 now. And I attack them for 4, meaning they go to 6. I roll 6, they roll 8. Hey, I get attacked. That's new. For 6 damage, plus 1 is 7, minus 2 is 5, so I go to 25. They roll a 12, I roll an 8 plus 3 is not enough. That's an 11. So they hit me for 1 plus 1 is 2, but I have 2 armor, so they hit me for nothing. We both roll 6s, but I have speed, so I win. And I hit them for 6 plus 2 is 8, so they die. They die. If you defeat the Mist Stalker, turn to 50. Don't mind if I do. You drive your blade deep into the creature's body, watching as its pale form dissolves back into the mist. Before the grisly totem can summon any more guardians, you lunge forwards, slicing it in two. As the severed wood topples to the ground, the magical green light flashes, and then it's gone. A few seconds later, the mist begins to disperse. Soon, you can feel the warmth of the sunlight once again, its heat evaporating the last of the chill fog. You did it! You did it! The elderly farmer skips and jumps through the corn towards you. Me fields, they're back! Thank you, stranger, thank you! Will we demand a reward or bid the farmer farewell? Chat, I feel like that's your decision. Shall we try to get some money off of this dude? Or should we not? I mean, we don't have to, right? Demand! Okay, let's do that then. Whatever happens, it's Carmen's fault. We go to 36. The farmer scratches his graying hair. A reward? Well, yes, I suppose you did do me a favor. Thing is, I don't have a penny to my name. Not a thing. Hey, wait, perhaps I can give you something. He stuffs a hand in one of his pockets and pulls out a small, grime-covered key. I found this just the other week when I was tilling me southern fields. Don't suppose it has much use really, but you're more likely to find the lock it fits than I am. If you decide to take the grime-coated key, simply make a note of it on your hero sheet. It does not take up a backpack space. You thank the farmer and then bid him farewell. Return to the map to choose a new quest. Alright, that was a bit of a short one. I figured that would be the last quest today, but since it was a bit of a short one, we can probably do another one. Notes, what is it? Grime-covered key? Grime-coated key. Boom. A boom, baby. There we go. Alright, thank you, Carmen. We now have a key, which means we get to go back to the map. Gotta do the final green quest, I think, and then call it a day for today. Quest. Best in show. As you leave the village of Tythebury Cross, you pass a small row of thatched cottages. One of them catches your eye, its garden abundant with brightly coloured flowers and sweet-smelling roses. An elderly woman is working in the garden pruning a cherry tree with a small pair of shears. When she sees you watching her, she immediately straightens and waves you over. "Good day to you, traveller," she says, her chubby cheeks bulging with a smile. "I'm Beatrice Fletcher. How lovely to meet you. I see you're admiring my garden. Isn't it a marvel, despite its wretched weather?" The woman wipes her brow. I immediately regret this accent. The woman wipes her brow. "I don't suppose you fancy some work, do you?" "Ha, don't worry. I don't see you as the type to have green fingers. No, I got other work in mind for you. See that?" She points to an area of the garden where several large turnips are starting to emerge from the soil. "Those turnips, that prize winners. Do you know I've won the prize for best root vegetable in Tythebury 5 years running? 5 years! People expect me to win, but this year is different." She sighs and shakes her head. "My little beauties aren't doing so well. It's the heat, you see. But Martha Weevil, you should see the size of her turnips. Witchery, I tell you. It's outright cheating." The woman places a hand in her apron pocket and pulls out a small earthenware pot. "But this will even up the odds. I got it off that kind old witch, the one that lives out in the woods, but don't tell a soul. Wouldn't want my good name to be associated with the likes of her. I'm sure you'll understand. She holds out the pot to you. Look, it's simple. Do you fancy earning a bit of coin? I need someone discreet, someone to accidentally spill a bit of this on Martha's turnips. She shakes the pot, and you hear the sound of liquid sloshing around inside. What do you say? Agree to the task or tell her it's cheating? Will we... I mean, I don't know if I need to ask chat. I don't think chat cares that it's cheating. Shall we do it or shall we cheat? Shall we tell her it's cheating? Alright. Let's go. Alright. Let's go. Boop. 63. Luckily, I don't have to do her voice anymore. Following Beatrice's directions, you head out of Tythebury Cross and soon find yourself on a seldom-used track that winds up the face of a craggy hill. At the summit, you discover an old shack, perched precariously on the cliff edge. Like a house of cards, you could easily imagine the slightest gust of wind toppling it over at any second. From an open window, you hear the screech of a baby crying and a woman's voice raised in anger. Next to the ramshackle building is an empty chicken coop and a small vegetable garden. You take the earthenware pot out of your backpack and remove the stopper. A strong vinegary smell drifts up from the inside. Keeping the pot at arm's length, you approach the vegetable patch. Much of it is covered in strangly weeds and withered plants, but astonishingly, along its furthest edge, 3 enormous turnips are growing, their pale, rounded tops protruding from the soil. You sprinkle the vinegary potion over the turnips, then step away, not entirely sure what the results will be. A minute or two later and you get your answer. The turnips start to shake and tremble. Then, suddenly, one of them sprouts a pair of spindly arms and starts to push itself out of the ground. From a jagged mouth, the creature emits a rumbling growl as it squeezes itself free, staggering dizzily onto a pair of skinny legs. The other turnips are also pulling themselves out of the soil, and within seconds, you find yourself facing 3 of the monstrous creatures. Their root-like hands clench into fists as they stumble crazily towards you. You must fight the turnips as a single enemy. Turnips have 0 speed, 0 brawn, 1 armor, and 10 health. So they're not that good. I roll a 6 plus 3 is 9. They roll a 6. So I attack them for 5 plus 2 is 7. Minus 1 is 6. So they go to 4. Boom. I roll a 2. They roll a 2. But I have speed. So I win. And I roll a 3. Plus 2 is 5, minus 1 is 4 exactly, so they die. Alright, turn to 241. Your sword slices through the last of the turnips, sending a spray of white fleshy pulp showering across the vegetable patch. The creature topples to the ground, its strange spindly legs kicking in the air for a few seconds, before finally becoming still. You drop to your knees, exhausted. In every direction, chunks of turnip lie across the ground, each one giving off a strange vinegary smell. A child's cry alerts you to the fact that you are no longer alone. Spinning around, you see 2 young children watching you from the edge of the garden, mouths agape. A third has run back to the shack. Raised voices follow, then a young woman emerges from the building, striding angrily onto the hillside. A screeching baby is held under each arm, both carried along like a sack of potatoes. Henry, if you are playing games again, I swear I'll... Martha sees you and stops dead in her tracks. Her eyes scan the scene of turnip devastation. What? What have you done? She gasps. My turnips! Reveal Beatrice's plan, blame the strange turnips, or make a run for it. I kind of already know what chat wants me to do, but I'll give you an option to surprise me. My cabbages. You want me to reveal the plan, blame the strange turnips, or make a run for it? Maybe put that in chat a little less cryptically because I don't know. Oh, okay. Run, blame, and Sans said expose the lady, which is not an option. Run or blame. No, I'll blame. Blame sounds fun. Blame the strange turnips. 289. Go on. You a turnip vandal now? Exactly. Martha shakes her head in bewilderment. They just came alive? I always suspected they were magic, but I never expected this. She glances down at the squirming babies in her arms. Those turnips were to feed my family. Just think if we had tried to eat them. It's too horrible to consider. Shall we confess the truth or leave the hillside and return to Beatrice? Okay, Carmen, that's... How is that helpful? Just say what you want me to do. Alright, well, leaving for... You're all horrible people, by the way. We should confess the truth, but we won't. Leave the hillside and return to Beatrice. No, Sans, you're the worst. No, you're all the worst. I'm not doing that. Maybe I'm not asking chat for help if you're all going to be horrible. I'm going to confess the truth. I'm vetoing this. I feel bad for this. You're all just okay with this woman not having food for their kid. For her kids. She has like 4 kids. Horrible people. I'm done asking chat. You're all the worst. Beatrice Fletcher. Angry tears start to well in Martha's eyes. That cruel, narrow-minded woman. She would see my family starve just because of a silly village competition? Bertrand, Emma, take the babies inside now. The 2 children hurry to their mother's side and take one of the bawling babies into their arms. After giving you a suspicious look, they head back up the hill towards the ramshackle building. As you push yourself onto your feet, Martha strides over, shaking her head as she eyes the chopped up pieces of turnip. A traveler gave me those turnips. They were to feed the young ones, she says. It's been hard without my dear Frederick around, but those turnips, they're the first thing that's ever grown in this wretched soil. A miracle they were. She brushes away her tears, then fixes you with a cold, determined stare. Will you help me get my own back on Beatrice Fletcher? She should pay for what she has done, don't you agree? I guess so, Joe. Yeah, just because you're my friends doesn't mean I have to listen to you. In fact, it probably means I shouldn't. Will we agree to help Martha Weevil politely decline and return to Beatrice? No, we're helping her. I need this quest to last, so... We got other stuff to do. Oh, sorry. Good. Help me clear some of this up. We'll need it. You look at Martha quizzically, wondering what plan she has in mind. She re-enters the house and returns a few moments later with a basket. Several of her children follow at her heels, whispering excitedly to each other. Together, you gather up some chunks of the vinegary-smelling turnip. Once the basket is full, Martha starts back towards the house. What is it for, you ask with interest. Martha turns and gives you a sly grin. I'm going to make Beatrice Fletcher eat humble pie. Turn to 13. Humble turnip pie, presumably. You follow Martha into the shack, a cramped, stuffy room filled with dirt and cobwebs. A single pallet bed rests along one wall, lined with 5 grubby-faced children. One of them is rocking a wooden crib with her foot. Inside, 2 newborn babies fidget and squirm beneath a moth-eaten blanket. Martha opens her larder, which you notice is almost bare, save for some dust and scuttling beetle, and takes out a small sack of flour and a couple of eggs. She explains that this is all the food she has now, having killed the last of her chickens to feed her starving family. "Henry, light the fire if you can, please," says Martha as she clears the table of broken dolls and gnawed chicken bones. One of the children, clearly the eldest, takes a tinderbox from next to the mattress and proceeds to light a few sticks of dry wood in the stone heath. "I have nothing," explains Martha, breaking the eggs and adding them to the flour, "but I ask for no charity, certainly not from those stuck-up tithry villagers. They go too far with their petty games and superstitions." She glances at the basket of turnip and grins. "But this time I'm gonna make them eat their words." That's all my gold. I'm not gonna give Martha all my gold. I'm not an idiot. No, but I don't want to be an asshole. Because I can offer Martha 10 gold crowns or let Martha finish her cooking. Can I not just give her 5? Fuck it. I'm gonna give her all my money. No, I'm gonna give her all my money. I'm the worst. But also, I don't know, I feel bad. You take a handful of gold crowns from your purse and place them on the tabletop. Martha looks at the gold and gives a tiny gasp. "No, please, no, I can't." She pushes the coins towards you. "I can't accept it, I'm sorry." You quickly explain to Martha that her children desperately need food. With the money, she can buy a couple of chickens and some much-needed provisions from the village. Martha begins to argue, but stops when she catches the wide-eyed stares of her hungry, half-starved children. "I suppose I could, just this once." She scoops up the coins into her flour-smeared hands. "I'll take it for the children. For them." She gives you a smile. "Thank you, I will remember your kindness." Yay, kindness. Deduct 10 gold crowns from your hero sheet and then turn to 78. Boo, no more money. Oh well. $78. Martha spoons the turnip into a bowl and covers it with a thick layer of pastry. The pie is then placed in a small clay oven to cook. The gaunt children sit in silence, eyeing the pie hungrily as the smell of freshly baked pastry fills the room. Half an hour later and the pie is ready. Martha takes it out of the oven and places it on the table. The children gather round, watching it expectantly as if something mysterious will suddenly happen. Martha catches your eye and begins to explain her plan. Apparently, Beatrice makes a pie every afternoon and leaves it on her windowsill to cool. Martha wants you to sneak back to the woman's cottage and switch the pies. Whatever that potion did to those turnips, let's see what it does to her. She smiles. Yeah, we're in it now, so we're agreeing to switch the pies. 261. You wrap the hot pie in a blanket and tuck it into your backpack. Then you head back down the hill to Beatrice Fletcher's cottage. As Martha predicted, you find a freshly baked pie resting on one of the windowsills. You push open the garden gate and carefully creep up to the window. After a last check, you make sure no one is watching, After a last check to make sure no one is watching, you remove your backpack and take out Martha's pie. Both are of similar size and color. You doubt the old woman will notice much of a difference. Quickly, you switch the pies, placing the turnip pie on the windowsill. Hide in the garden and wait, or return to Martha. I mean, we're hiding in the garden and waiting, right? We're not just returning. We need to see what happens. 229. It is late evening when Beatrice finally appears at the window. Time for a nice slice of pie, she declares. Like, I've forgotten her accent already, and I don't want to do it again. Time for a nice slice of pie, she declares, licking her lips. The old woman picks up the pie and takes it inside. You wait patiently in the garden, wondering what will happen to the woman when she eats it. Could it be worse than what happened to you on the hillside? You creep towards the window, hoping to take a quick peek inside. At that moment, Martha comes rushing up to the garden gate, waving her arms around frantically. I've changed my mind! I've changed my mind, she cries. We have to stop her eating it, quick. Martha's a coward. Turn to 2255. Martha, you coward. Lame. You push open the door of the cottage to find Beatrice sprawled on the floor, gasping for breath. She's clutching at her throat with both hands, her once rosy cheeks now a deathly shade of white. Oh, what have I done? Cries Martha. This is terrible. We have to help her. I mean, to be fair, just killing her over this seems a little excessive, but sure. You start towards the flailing woman, but draw back when you see the body start to shake and convulse. I mean, technically, she also killed an entire family by sicking turnip monsters on them, so maybe this is correct. We're too late, gasps Martha, backing up towards the door. It's the witch's magic. It'll do to her what it did to those turnips. All of a sudden, Beatrice Fletcher begins to expand, growing outwards like a giant balloon. Gnarly roots burst from the ends of her fingers and toes, followed by a flurry of green shoots growing out of her mouth and ears to slowly form a tangle of leaves. She's turning into a... No, it just can't be. Martha is staring at the growing monster in horror. She's becoming a turnip. As you continue to watch, the old woman grows bigger and bigger, her root-like legs and arms shrinking into her bulging round body. Seconds later, and there is nothing that remains of Beatrice Fletcher, only an enormous turnip resting on the floor of her living room. You walk over and warily prod the turnip with your foot, fearing it might be another of those strange creatures that attacked you in Martha's garden. But this turnip appears ordinary. Eek! A bug. Go away, bug. It was an IRL bug. Turning to 38. Well, it is fitting. It is a fitting end of sorts, says Martha, eyeing up the turnip with a thoughtful expression. Now, she'll win that silly competition after all. You both exchange bemused glances. Oh, so bemused about murder. If you gave Martha a gift of 10 gold crowns, turn to 104, otherwise turn to 145. I did give her that. Martha removes a ring from her finger and offers it to you. Thank you for all that you have done, she says. I want you to take this. It's my wedding band. No, please don't look so shocked. It hasn't brought me much luck in this life. Perhaps it will give you better fortune. Ooh, it has a healing ability. That's sweet. Let's do that. Ring. Widow's band. +1 magic. Ability. Heal. So magic goes to 1. That doesn't do much, but the healing ability is nice. Worth 10 gold. No, you can't sell anything, unfortunately. When you switch out an item, it just gets destroyed. You thank Martha for the kind gift, and then you both leave the cottage. Return to the map to continue your journey. Alright. Yeah, I guess I paid 10. Well, let's see what this ability is all about. Oh, this is not helping at all. Wait, it's... Yeah, here. There we go. Heal. You may instantly restore 4 health during a combat. This ability can only be used once per combat. If you have multiple items with the heal ability, each one can be used to restore 4 health. That's pretty good. So I should add that to this. Because I got a modifier special ability. I got heal. Alright. Done. Done and done. Okay. So we helped out basically Red Riding Hood, sort of. It's interesting that that first quest was like the bigger one. I guess we could have skipped the whole grandma's cottage, but we didn't. We helped a farmer. Presumably one of the bosses in this area is that witch, right? That's sort of what we're working towards, is that this witch is fucking everything up. And we fucked around with turnips. That was a little bit of a weird one. I don't know if we were like the good guys in that one. Now this is a question. If I save this, I can't save it. Why can I not save this? Interesting. Stream. And I then delete it, or not delete it, but take it out. Open. Does it remember everything that I filled in? It did! Woo! Okay, that's important because otherwise I would have lost everything. Alright, sweet! We've picked up a Goblin Hewer's Sword, Goblin Leather's Goblin Kickers, and a Murder of Crow's Fist Weapon, as well as a Widow's Band Ring. Our speed is pretty good. Our speed is above average, I think, for these enemies, but next time we will be fighting, we will be doing blue, no, not blue, we'll be doing orange quests. There's 2 of those, so might be tricky, as it were. As in, it will be more difficult, but that's fine. I feel like we're prepared. I should up my brawn and my speed. I don't particularly care for magic. I think that's sort of like, it's not the one we're focusing on. And we have no more money, which is also not great, but what are you gonna do? I think I'm gonna call it there for the day. My throat's starting to hurt. 2.5 hours of reading aloud is more than enough. I'm enjoying this, to be honest. Like, I don't know what you're thinking. Obviously, I can't really tell how my reading voice is. In my head, it sounds fine, but you never know, right? And I think I'm doing an okay job, but I could probably be better. Any feedback is always helpful in Discord. But I'm enjoying doing this. I don't know if I would like to do this on my own. But I like doing this with you. This seems fun. First Sunday of September. I will be back. Actually, that's not true. First Sunday of September, I'm not doing anything because the day before I will have a 24-hour stream. Second Sunday of September, I will be back playing DestinyQuest. And I am seriously considering, like, when I'm done with the Hitman series, to make Sunday just Bogle Adventure Day. It's Hitman Day now, and I want to play more Hitman, right? That series is not that long. I only need, like, a little bit of blood money, and then 4 games, 5 games if you count like the puzzle one. So we'll see. But I think it's fun. I'm excited to see where this goes. Obviously the beginning was a little bit like it's all very basic, but that's fine. Alrighty then, friends. Some victory music. Thank you so much for hanging out. No worries. I enjoy streaming. Stretching. Ow. Alright. Don't forget, normally there's no more Monday streams, but this week specifically there is actually a Monday afternoon stream. Because tomorrow at 2 p.m. my time, Mrs. Bogle and I will be streaming to continue It Takes Two. Because of puppy training, we can't stream on Friday anymore. We're thinking Tuesday is the new Mrs. Bogle stream date, Tuesday at 9. But for this week, it will be on Monday, the regular afternoon stream time when I still did that. So tomorrow, don't miss it. We're continuing It Takes Two. That game is honestly very, very good. It's amazing. Not just to play, but also to watch. It's really fun. It's very diverse. I love it. Pupper is... Oh, I hate Pupper. I hate that word. Doggo. Doggo is my internet dog word of choice. He's doing very well. Yeah, he's a fast learner. I'm thinking in a week or so, similar to Banana, honestly, he'll be housebroken, as in he won't pee inside anymore. We'll see. But yeah, he can sit on command already, and he's not even 3 months old. So I'm impressed. So yeah, no, they're doing great. My brother came by and my sister as well, so we had actually a pretty stuffed house. A couple of people were fully vaccinated. We kept our distance. So it was very busy, but they were you know, they were dogs, but they were nice. They managed with all the busyness, because it was my sister, my brother, his girlfriend, and his 2 kids. Unfortunately, Hannah, my oldest niece, still afraid of Banana, also afraid of Kiwi, even though it's like this tiny, tiny little dog. In the end, she managed to pet. Actually, I'll translate this text that my brother sent me just now, which is actually very cute. I don't think he minds if I do this. Like every evening, I ask Hannah when I take her to bed what the most fun thing was of the day, like what she liked the most of the day. And today her answer was petting Kiwi, which she managed to do, not from the front, that was too scary, but she pet the butt, and that was great. So that was a busy day. I was very tired. That was a lot of social interactions, but I'm glad I could finish it with some streaming. I have to discuss this with Mrs. Bogle because she has to help me with it, but soon I will do the IRL dog walking stream that you all paid channel points for. With 2 dogs. So that'll be fun. But I'll make sure to notify people like beforehand, put it on a schedule, and not just go like, hey, I'm live now, because I'm pretty sure there's a couple of dog lovers that want to see that, and you know, I want people to be able to plan for it. It will be sometime in the afternoon. Yes, double the corgi. Well, after tomorrow, my brother will actually be back on Thursday, where we will probably finish A Way Out. He was making fun of me today, and he stopped himself and he said, "Oh wait, I have to keep all this making fun of you energy for this Thursday, so that'll be interesting." We've already escaped prison, but now there's a bunch of other stuff we still need to do. On Saturday, I am back with Majora's Mask. And on Sunday, more Hitman Blood Money. Probably finishing that game. Unless I suck or whatever, but I only have like 2.5 missions to do. Or 3, I guess. And then next week, Mrs. Bogle's stream will be on Tuesday evening. And after that, there's going to be more stuff. Portal 2, probably. Single player, story mode, Portal 2 on Thursday. But we'll see. Thank you all so much for hanging out. As always, please stay safe. Please stay healthy. Wear a mask still when you go outside. I know sometimes people don't have to for stupid reasons, but look, I don't have to anymore when going to the shops. I still do because people are idiots, and it's nice that they don't have to when they keep their distance, but nobody keeps their fucking distance, so it's honestly quite frustrating. So it's probably safer if you do. Get vaccinated if you can. This Tuesday I have my second shot. I'm interested to see if that makes me feel bad. Mrs. Bogle has already gotten her second shot. She didn't really get sick off of it. That was nice. So that's good. And what else? Please be kind to yourself. You deserve it. Sometimes our brains tell us that that is not the case, and I am here to tell you that your brain is an asshole and you are great. And you're even greater if and when you join my Discord of other great people. Oh, actually, final thing. There's still 2 polls going on in the Discord that need your vote. Either the World of Warcraft vote. I'm not going to go into it, but just vote either Horde or Alliance. Or, the more important one, when are we doing a Pirates of the Caribbean movie night? That's important. Please vote for that. I think it's a tie now between 2 Saturdays in August. We'll see. But yeah, vote in the Go to the Polls channel in Discord for a which date to do the movie night in. Does that work? Yes, that's a good sentence. Okay, who are we raiding? Oh, we're raiding our chum, who's doing art? What? That's exciting. Raid, baby. Archim Havoc. You updated your dates. Sweet. Alright, friends. Thank you so much. This was a blast. I will see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.